to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. And this is a place where we have a good time. So I appreciate every subscriber, every member of the channel. Hey, even the drive-bys. We just have a good time over here, and we keep it real. And in keeping it real, I got to remind you that I'm not a huge fan of the transfer portal, as you have heard me say multiple times, and even in a video I did today. But it is a thing. It's real. So we got to go with the go. And now we have another point guard coming into Iowa. Remember when Caitlin Clark left Iowa to go to the WNBA, there was a need for a point guard. And who came in? Lucy Olson via the transfer portal from Villanova. And Lucy did a good job running the points. Now, Caitlin left some big shoes that needed to be filled. And Lucy can be Lucy. She can't be Caitlin. And Lucy did a pretty good job being Lucy. Well, now Lucy has moved on, drafted by the Washington Mystics in 2025. And another point guard via the transfer portal from Georgia Tech has signed with Jan Jensen's Iowa women's basketball team. Her name, or at least what she goes by, is Chit-Chat. Chit-Chat Wright. I believe her first name is pronounced Chassity. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I believe that's how it's pronounced. And her shot, like I said, Caitlin is Caitlin and everybody else is everybody else. But the range that Chit-Chat has is worth chit-chatting about. And we're going to do that before we say goodbye to this video, because I'm going to show you a few highlights that we have access to via Iowa women's basketball on X. But for now, let's take a look at a little info about Miss Chit-Chat. And here is Chit-Chat. And this article at Iowa Women's Basketball, or actually HawkeyeSports.com, about Iowa Women's Basketball, says Chazadi Wright signs with Iowa Women's Basketball. And it goes on to say Georgia Tech transfer Chazadi Chit-Chat Wright has signed a scholarship agreement with the University of Iowa women's basketball team. It was announced Thursday. It goes on to say a sophomore to be, Wright will have 3 seasons remaining as a Hawkeye. The Atlanta, Georgia native played in all 33 games with 12 starts as a freshman, averaging 17.2 points and 2.2 rebounds. She reached double figures 10 times, including a season-high 16 points against Pitt with 4 made threes. She had a season-high 7 assists against Rice. And she played under new Iowa assistant Lysandra Barrett. So we're going to talk a little bit about Miss Barrett also. So there she is, Chazadi Chit-Chat Wright. Let's look at some other stats over at ESPN.com. Just a freshman, now going to be a sophomore, 5'4", 7.2 points, 2.2 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 37.1% field goal percentage. And these are her stats. Let me make this make this larger. So she's only had 1 season there. Her stats, she played 25.3 minutes per game. I told you her points is 7.2, rebounds 2.2, assists 2.6, but 1 steal per game, 0.1 blocks, 1.2 turnovers, field goal percentage again 37.1, 3-point percentage is 32.3. And her free throw percentage is 88.6. So Miss Wright is a young player. She has done some good things. She's got some growing to do, which again, she's young. And so we can assume that under the right leadership, she's going to grow. I don't know exactly how many minutes she's going to get with Iowa, but my guess is that if she left Georgia Tech, she expects to have a good role on this team. Additionally, I already said that she played under the new assistant coach for Iowa, whose name is Lysandra Barrett. So they both say goodbye to Georgia Tech and have moved on to Iowa. So let's learn a little bit about this new coach Iowa picked up. So either she followed Chit-Chat or Chit-Chat followed her, or they both just made this decision and neither had talked to the other. Whatever the case may be, they're both landing in Iowa. So here's a picture of her here on the Georgia Tech page, and it gives us quite a bit of information about her. I'm not going to get into all this because I'm just going to go over to the Iowa page. But we do find out here that she was an All-American at LSU, and she's had quite a bit of coaching experience as well. So back at the HawkeyeSports.com, Lysandra Barrett, now the assistant coach, says Barrett was named an assistant coach for the Iowa women's basketball team on April 18th. She comes to Iowa City after a 3-year stint in the ACC. Barrett joined the Georgia Tech women's basketball staff as an assistant coach in April 2022 and finished her third season with the program in 24-25. So this season that we just completed. She added recruiting coordinator to her title in the summer, and she had spent the previous 3 years at Houston, and she primarily worked with the post players. So it gives her background just like Georgia Tech did the website over there. But yeah, she and Chit-Chat, Lysandra and Chit-Chat will be chatting in Iowa. So now let's take a look at what Chit-Chat brings to the court. Her shooting range seems to, well, I saw a shot, at least one from the logo. Let's take a look over on X at Iowa Women's Basketball page. You see what she's shooting from? Okay. I mean, that's way out. All good. Same thing right here. Way out. Confidence. Number 3. Ooh, nice little hezzy. Oh, man. Let me go back. That little hezzy. Oh, wait. I went too far. I got ahead of myself here. Come on now. Hang with me here. Oh, man. Hezzy crossover. Off the glass. Long range. Drive. Pull up from the elbow area. Gets the handoff. Another area near the elbow. Floater. Oh my goodness, that was sick. You see that crossover? Man, let's look at this. Remember, this is a freshman we're seeing right here at Georgia Tech. Nice cross. Off the glass. Looked like an and one. Another long range shot. Floater. Pass, nice pass. Long range. Wow. I'm going to tell you something right now. She's going to be fun to watch. She is going to be fun to watch. And you all know Iowa fans. Iowa fans are loyal. Whether they're cheering for Caitlin or cheering for Lucy and now cheering for Chit-Chat Chassity, they're going to enjoy watching this young lady play basketball. I can see she's got some freedom there. It's going to be interesting seeing what Jan Jensen does with her. We know that Iowa's philosophy is to make sure you guide, but never to quench the fire of. And I got a feeling this Chit-Chat's got some fire going. And at 7-something points per game, I don't know what it's going to look like next year. If she's going to have more minutes. If she's going to be given the green light to just put the ball in the basket at will. I don't know, but I like the handles that I saw in that little bit. The depth, the range of shooting, the array of the ability to shoot looks pretty good. She'll learn under Jan Jensen and the coach she was already playing under, who was an assistant, Lysandra Barrett. I'm looking forward to it already. It looks like some flair, some offensive excitement. And in Iowa, they're used to it. They love it. And you know what? We love it too. That's what we want to see. We want to see good, fun basketball. We want it to be good. We want it to be efficient. We want it to be fun. Go chit chat. Well, a product of the transfer portal. What you gonna do? Anyway, I'm gonna cheer for Miss Chassity, I believe. What are your thoughts about her? Have you ever heard of her? Have you ever seen her? There's some info out there about her high school and all she's done, all she did in high school, etc. I don't want to go through all that, but what are your thoughts? Get in the comments and tell me what you think. Are you going to be watching Iowa? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.